Coming to Ghana and bringing my kids this time around, I knew that I had to expose them to truth, to our history. Today, we visit Cape Coast Castle, and this is their experience.
Today, we learn about our ancestors. I learned in the castle, no water and no nothing, and then they just stay in there, and then they die, and they pick them up and drive on a boat and throw them in the ocean. We learned about stuff that's not fun.
Hey, alright, nice one. I'm Justice. Yeah, nice to meet all of you. Yeah, I don't like to call it a tour, right? So we're not going to do a tour today. Maybe it's an experience.
It stink down there.
What does it smell like?
I can't explain it. It stink.
3 things that I learned when going to the castle were that if there were any slaves or ancestors that refused what the masters told them to do, then they would be punished. Another thing I learned was that they suffered a lot. They had to sit in rooms and they only had small air coming from out of some little air pockets. And the third thing I learned was that the way they were punished was very cruel. They were sat in one room, 200 people in one small room. All air vents were blocked off and they suffocated and they didn't have any water or food for many days and they all died. The way that made me feel was like sad.
For a more in-depth tour and history of the castle, check out my video displayed above.
When I was at the castle, I learned women and children were separated from each other. I learned that before slavery, we prayed using natural things. They was very strong for going through what they went through.
When we say a shrine, it means the place is very important, or it's a sacred room. And here I'm actually talking about the kind of our way of communicating to God, right, before the Europeans came. And so we had the belief and knowledge that there is God in every one of us.
I learned about where the slaves was kept and what they had to go through. It was crazy how they did them. Like, it was crazy how they had them in there with no food. It made me feel sad because it was like, how can you do that to somebody?
It was important for the kids to have this experience because one day, too, they have to make a difference in their future. Hearing the voice of my 3-year-old,
It made me tired. I wrote down.
I know that this experience will be with them for life.
I mean, your hand's about to drop.
It's hot.
It's hot too. You want to feel it? Okay. All right. And also they will shut the other door here. They will shut this door also. So immediately this door was shut. It was not like food for you. There was no water for you. There was no light. There was no air. So if about 10 of them were brought in, 10 of them will die. If their bodies were smelling or rotten enough, the British before the Europeans don't care. They will leave them here to die. So they will just keep them there. So they know that maybe within 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the last person will not survive. And they will come in after they've died, then they will move the bodies out, show the bodies to the rest of the captives. Then from there, the bodies was thrown into the sea. Our ancestors, we appreciate you. We thank you so much for resisting and for breaking those chains. Wherever you are, our ancestors, we pray that you instill in us that spirit of unity and strength. And wherever you are, ancestors, may your souls rest in peace. Ashe. Say Ashe.
Ashe.
You are all the wildest dream of our ancestors. Because many wish to come home to the motherland, they couldn't, but you are here. And you are not here alone. You are representing all of them. So I welcome you home.
This is such a big deal, a huge deal for me, considering the average person visiting Ghana doesn't have the opportunity to visit until they're at retirement age. Today, I gave something that my kids may never understand, but it wasn't all about me or them. It was for our ancestors. In everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors, may those who died rest in peace. May those who return find their roots.
May humanity never again perpetrate such injustice against humanity.
We, the living, vow to uphold this.